Great. So if you have any questions, if you're not really sure what we need to do, definitely ask, and pretty much not just me, but everyone here can help you with this. So you're in good hands and you're going to be very well taken care of. Don't worry.
I'm sure. Thank you so much.
Okay. And since we already started with you, so what do you do? Why the interest with coaching?
Oh, it's a long story, but I'll try to shorten it for you. So I have master's in civil engineering, and I've worked in a lot of projects for, say, nearly 20 years. But the whole time I was interested in what is the physical overview of my labor. When I started to finding out actually that I'm really more interested in people, in helping people. I think the times are really challenging, and that is of huge interest for me. So I started my second master's in the organizational psychology and cross-cultural management, and it has always been a dream for me to actually become a coach. So I've also changed my work field. I'm currently an HR business partner in one of the biggest companies in Bulgaria. So yeah, that's pretty much all. I'm single, 40 years old. I don't know if that's...
Just if you like it. I mean, I just wanted to understand where the desire for coaching comes from, and what you said is impressive and very interesting.
Actually, if I have to be honest, I think that was going to be interesting for everybody. So 2 more minutes. I was writing articles about the Egoist BG, which is the media that precedes the Egoist magazine from the past. Everybody heard of it, I think. So I was taking this interview about the different conspirations currently regarding 5G, regarding the COVID and everything. So I took this interview with Teodosiev, the physician, and we spent like 5 hours talking about that. And this person is, I think he's super impressive to me. And the whole time he was talking about the moral behind the bottom that will click the atomic bomb, whatever, the technologies that we're all surrounded with. And this gave me a huge, this was the fire starter for me to start thinking about how important people are rather than things, which was, as an engineer, I was into things, but that changed my perspective totally. So that's
you're so lucky to get to meet him in person. They call him the teacher of the nation. So he's really interesting person.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can send you the interview if you're interested.
Yeah, definitely do that. Thank you so much, Desi, for sharing a few words about yourself. Okay, I'm just going to, just pick a photo here, going left to right on my screen. So Yanni, it's good to see you again. I don't know if you remember me from one of the residential trainings. I was assisting in the residential.
Well, I said, how can I forget you, Gary? Of course I remember you. Well, I'm Yanni from Athens, Greece. This is my first masterclass after a package of 10 masterclasses. And I'm saying it this way because it's been a long time. This is also one of my expectations today, to de-rust, I would say, to bring away the rust, because I haven't been in a masterclass for quite a time. I'm very happy to be here. I would say my interest in coaching is pretty much like what Desi said. I'm an engineer myself too, but I think I tend to view everything through an interest for people and love for people, for the human being, or for the human soul, and because I'm in business and I have to deal with people either this way or in my hobbies, whether it is music, playing, or whether it is sailing or whatever. You always have to do with people, and trying to bring the best out in myself and the others. It's natural to be interested in coaching.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm also nearing to my exams, so I need some boost.
Okay, good. Some boost for the exams. Very nice. And I remember, by the way, you saying that you're being an engineer. And I remember all the books behind you. I was really impressed by those. Okay, Yanni, thank you so much also for sharing. You're our gentleman today, besides Brian. But you know, Brian is a little more behind the curtains, but you're going to be on the stage. So I hope you feel comfortable in the presence of such a lovely lady group.
You said it.
Okay, great. So Aksenia, you stand right after Yanis. So if you like Bulgarian, if you like English, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, you can share a few words about yourself and your interest in coaching.
Аз открих коучинга съвсем така случайно, бих казала. Записах една магистърска програма, в която всъщност един от курсовете ми беше точно коучинг. И коучинга ме покори, бих казала. Изключително много ми харесва метода и начина, по който се случват нещата. И по тази причина записах този мастърклас. Това за мен е второто посещение. Страшно много ми хареса. Миналия път бях доста така развълнувана от всичко, което се случи през деня. Това, което така много ми помага, бих казала, е точно отношението към хората и това, че бих искала да работя и да им помагам. И причината, поради която тотално искам да сменя кариерата си, е точно тази.
Добре. А какви точно от днешния ден, какво би искала да си вземеш от мастъркласа?
Ами за мен това е опит, тъй като всъщност аз нямам коуч и всичко това, което се случва тук, за мен е придобит опит.
Mm-hmm.
Виждам как на практика се случват нещата.
Добре, супер. Това наистина е едно от много ценните неща на мастъркласа, реалния опит, защото теория, понякога си казваме, то много добре звучи на теория, но как ще го приложим на практика?
Именно.
И до момента всъщност това е и мой опит. Аз също съм имала 10 или 11 мастер-класа, вече не съм много сигурна, но абсолютно всички бяха с, айде да не кажа екзалтирано тази силна дума, но изключително им беше полезно това, че могат да практикуват, да видят от първо лице как някой друг също така прави коучинг, да си откраднат някакви техники. Ние коучовете, между другото, сме големи крадци на въпроси, на техники, на стратегии. Чувствайте се абсолютно облегчени, като ви го казвам това нещо, защото то така се случва. We are question stealers and question collectors. Като чуете въпрос, просто си го открадвате, слагате си го. Не знам, вие водите ли си списъци с въпроси? Примерно за goal setting, за reality check, за motivation. Да, добре, супер.
И от кой сме ги откраднали също сигурно?
Открадвайте си въпроси всеки път и си ги слагайте в тези списъци. Аз лично, колко вече минаха години от моето дипломиране, още си ги пазя моите списъци и от време на време, като се почувствам задръстена, некреативна, че нещо, просто си отварям и си поглеждам списъците и си казвам, какъв хубав въпрос аз съм измислила преди 2 години, що не съм го задавала скоро? Тези списъци са нещо, което ще ви бъде не само сега по време на обучението, а и за по-нататъка. I'm just responding to Aksenia because she was introducing herself in Bulgarian, and I just reflected back on that. I'm sorry. So those lists of questions that you're currently creating for the different topics is something like a lifelong support for you, because I'm still referring back to mine which I created during my course training. Okay, Aksenia, thank you so much for sharing. So the next window here on the right, Evelina or Eva, if you prefer a different name, and if you prefer to share for yourself in Bulgarian, in English, just suit yourself and share a few words.
Hi. Well, I've chosen to join the English group, so and actually, what I would like to gain today from this masterclass is to do coaching in English. Writing in English is something I'm pretty good at writing, but when it comes to talking and doing coaching in English, it's completely different. So, yeah, I would like to gain experience doing coaching in English. About myself, originally I come from Varna, but I live in Egypt. I've been living in Egypt for about 20 years now. This is my 9th masterclass, so one more to go. I've already completed the course, passed my exam, but since I joined the masterclasses a bit later than enrolling the course, I still have one more masterclass to go. So that's in brief.
Okay, very nice. So congrats on your passing the exam. How do you feel as a graduated coach?
Well, inspired, eager to start helping people, relieved, of course. It was a kind of a mountain, especially passing through some difficult personal how to say moments in my life. So yeah, I feel satisfied for achieving that.
Yeah, definitely you should be. This is a great success, and always feel good when you know that it's, you have climbed this mountain as well. Okay, Evelina, thank you so much for sharing as well. So Zlati, would you like to go next?
Здравейте! Аз мога и на английски, и на български, но май на български ще се представя пред колегите. Злати се казвам, това е моя втори мастер-клас. Коучинга, както на повечето от хората, които сме се събрали, ми е мечта от последните години. Последните 8 години работя като HR и много, много обичам да работя с хората, да изследвам тяхното съзнание, емоции. Коучинга се явява всъщност като естествена стъпка за мен да приложа техниките му в ежедневната си работа и въобще в живота. Така че идвам отново с много позитивна нагласа, както каза Гери, да крада не само въпроси, но и вдъхновение. И ще се радвам да работим ползотворно днешния ден.
Супер, много се радвам да го чуя. Много хубава такава надъхана енергия виждам в тебе, което много ми харесва.
Благодаря те, Гери.
Благодаря я, Злати. Okay. Galina, you're next on my screen, so would you like to go next?
Yes, hello. My background is in finance and investments. I have quite a long professional and life experience. So I've met a lot of people. I worked with a lot of people, and what I noticed is that people's interaction and the ability to work together, to live together, needs a lot of improvement, and the best way to do that is to make people understand what are the challenges and what are the hurdles in order for people to get together and to achieve much better results than both in life. I'm not speaking just for in the professional life, but also I'm convinced that improving relations between humans could improve the quality of life very much. So I think that coaching is a great way for people to get together, but they need some help in order to understand themselves, what can be done to improve their relations in job and in life, so that they can improve their own life by doing. I have some experience as a lecturer in specialized financial and investment courses, I liked it very much as a way of working with people, with teaching and interacting with them. But I see that it's not just the professional improvement of professional capabilities is not enough for people to get better in what they're doing or the way they're living. And I hope that I will be able not just to lecture and to instruct people, but also to try and understand what, to make people understand what is needed in order to improve this interaction. And I enjoyed very much working with people. So that's the way I've found coaching is something new as a sphere for future work and development.
Okay.
That's my second masterclass.
Second masterclass, okay. And thank you so much for introducing yourself. I heard a lot of amazing things and a very right understanding about coaching and how it's working. So I really want to hear from all of you and just manage to stick in time. So I'm just going to continue with Desi Zhekova. Would you like to go next?
Hello, this is my first session in the group. I've been working in HR in the last like 12 years. And prior to this, I was a clinical psychologist. I worked with mostly with groups. So now I work in a company which is developing video games, and people there, they're artists. And a key part of my duties of what is expected from me is being a kind of in-house psychologist. It means speaking to people and making sure that if someone has an issue or gets demotivated, that we know this in order to be able to react and, for example, change the project he's working on. And this is a kind of challenge, combining this HR with internal psychologist roles. And this is one of the key things that made me try the coaching, because I need to be really good at communicating with people and making them trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is that I also have to provide consulting or coaching or advice to our leadership.
Mm-hmm.
For the moment, I have not considered certification.
Okay. You mean, when you say certification, you mean in coaching?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's I can always recommend that, because I know the feeling and all the things that we are going through. But the things that you shared, very interesting. I like when you said this or this or this, like consulting and feedback or coaching, and make a clear difference between those things, because trust me, guys, this is something that I'm explaining to people on a daily basis. You know, just please, if you do mentoring and don't call that a coaching. Or if you do feedback, you know, do feedback, that's absolutely fine, but don't call that a coaching. Because coaching is kind of a new thing as a profession. And it's only natural for people to explain coaching through something that they already know. Mentoring is a much more familiar word. Feedback, psychotherapy, if you like. So I remember my first bump into curious people asking me, hey, what is coaching? And I started explaining, and they're like, oh, so this is something like a psychotherapy. And I'm like, no, it's not something like a psychotherapy. It's a whole new methodology. Or, oh, you're just advising people, you're telling them what they need to do. And I'm like, do I suck with explanations? I mean, why people don't get me? Coaching is different things. So what you said, that those are different methodologies, absolutely right. Okay, moving forward. Ellie, dear, would you like to go next? English or Bulgarian? Suit yourself.
Аз се казвам Елисавета. В момента от 13, почти 14 години се занимавам с недвижими имоти. Последната половин година минах през доста семинари и книги в естеството на духовното. Така, един от семинарите, тъй като доста беше застъпено коучинга и НЛП-то, реших, че това би било най-интересно за мене, и тъй като съм изучавала икономика и организация на труда в университета, реших, че трябва отново да се върна в областта на човешките ресурси. Това е моят първи мастърклас, така че още не знам какво трябва да очаквам, а някой път по-добре да нямаш очаквания.
Да, така
и да бъдеш изненадан.
Добре, значи имаме до момента 3 души, на които това им е първи мастер-клас, така че спокойно, хора, не се притеснявайте, ако имате въпроси или не сте много сигурни какво точно трябва да се направи, питайте съвсем спокойно.
Yes, my name is Sylvia, so this is my second session today. I have an HR background, so I have been in HR for quite a long time. Now I'm into the recruitment. My idea is, like, for being here is just to give more value to the people that I'm working with. I don't want just to be like a recruiter sending like CVs here and there. I just want to give them more value. So this is the idea why I signed up for this training.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Welcome here on board, and I hope you're going to have a great time. So would you like to be in the English group?
It doesn't matter for me.
Okay, great. Thank you. And finally, our other gentleman here in the group, Stefan, it's your turn to share a few words.
Hey, everybody. So I'm Stefan. This is my second masterclass. Started the program beginning of this year. My background is in engineering, software engineering. I experienced some troubles with internet connection beginning of the call, so didn't hear some of the early people presenting themselves, but I think I heard Desi saying that as engineer, she didn't really know anything about the soft side, the people side of things. So
it was more like knowing people as an engineer gave me the idea of wanting to work with them more.
All right. So, and I was like that. I didn't know anything about people. I didn't know anything about myself. So I guess in the second half or part of my life, I decided to work with people and leave technology alone. So I moved from engineering to management. Then I got encounter with subjects of leadership, obviously, and pretty soon with coaching. So now I believe that if the world needs saving, then coaching is going to do the job. I'm quite romantic about it, if you put it like that. So leadership and coaching are very much related, and as I'm working as a coach, I'm actually realizing they're very much overlapping, which is the beauty of it. So right now I'm my day job, I'm an agile coach. That's a kind of coach that helps people work in a particular way, not only work, but think and live and work in particular way. So that's great. That gives me opportunity to work not only with individuals, but with teams. And as you, Gary said, some people are advising, they're mentoring, they're consulting, and they call that coaching. And I see that happening a lot, especially with agile coaches. So I want to be a true agile coach who's not only agile, but is also a coach. And I'm following the program end to end and hoping to graduate sometime later this year.
Okay, great. Sounds great. I totally get it. And thank you so much, guys, for introducing, not just for me, but definitely I see a lot of people being here on the first or on the second session, and you're about to spend some time together. So probably that introduction is useful for you as well, just to get to know the people around you much better.